Hi guys, it's Lisa Joy Young, and today I'm going to show you how to make rainbow cakes. So I've gotten a lot of requests for this. I know there are already some videos on making rainbow cakes, but it's always good to get an idea of different techniques. I already made one, and this is it. Obviously it's only greens, but I did it for snakes and leaves and things. So I have made rainbow cakes with, this is all Diamond Effects. I've made it with Wolf Brothers. I personally, so far, this is the only one I've done with Diamond Effects so far. In the past, I've always used Wolf Brothers, and I'm liking this a lot more. The reason why is because it seems to have a softer consistency, whereas Diamond Effects would just crumble, and it would be a nightmare to make rainbow cakes with. So really quick, some reasons why you might want to make your own. Obviously it's cheaper. Pretty much your rainbow cake will end up being the cost of a normal cake, which is like $7 or $8. So instead of paying 15 bucks per cake, you'll be paying 7 or 8. So it saves a lot of money. One thing to realize though is the amount of colors you want in your rainbow cake will be the amount of rainbow cakes you get. So if you want a rainbow cake with 6 colors, you're gonna get 6 rainbow cakes. That's a lot of cakes. Normally throughout the year, I don't make my own because it's a pain, it's messy. I don't think they turn out as well. What you're gonna need is a razor blade. You could just use a razor blade. I like to use an X-Acto knife as well because it gives me more control, but if you don't have one, a razor blade will be fine. Okay. So the first rainbow cake I'm going to make is a rainbow cake for butterflies, and I'm going to be using these 4 colors in this order. Okay, so here's how you get started. First of all, you want to check your paint and make sure you can push your thumb into it. That means it's going to be soft enough to work with. If it's a chalky consistency, if it's like rock hard, put it in the oven, maybe cover it with a wet paper towel, and make sure you have a nice soft consistency. So, all right, I could press it into, ooh, the blue might be questionable. We'll see. We'll see how that one works out. So I have different combinations I'm gonna be using for all of these, and the combination of these colors, I'm gonna have there be 2. So that means I'm only using half the paint in each one of those. So I'm just gonna start off by going straight down each one halfway. So just make sure that it's nice and straight, push it down just to get a straight line. That's pretty much the only thing I use the razor blade for, is that initial, just to put a mark in there. I want each of my rainbow cakes, each of the 2 I'm making, to go yellow, pink, purple, blue. So I need the 2 side pieces of the yellows. So I'm going to go ahead, this is too long to use for this, so I'm going to go ahead and mark off my 2 side pieces. Now if you are going to make all of these 4 cakes just like this, it'll be a lot easier. You just cut 4 sections and mix them all up until it works. I'm only going to make 2, so I kind of have to think about it a little bit more. So I'm just going straight down, and as you can see, the paint is nice and soft to work with. With the Wolf Brothers, I'd really have to saw into it with a serrated knife. So this is so much easier and more pleasant to work with. I'm really happy with it. All right, now is about the hardest part of this whole thing, which will be prying the paint out of the container. So I'm going to go ahead and use the yellow container for one of them, so I don't have to take that out. I do need to take this out though, that's not part of it. So test the sides. If the paint is attached to the side, dig your X-Acto knife or your razor blade in there and make sure it's not attached. So then just gently put the X-Acto knife underneath and just see, it's coming out really easy actually. Some of them are harder, some of them are easier. This one, oops. Well, that's okay. We'll be able to fix that later. So there is that piece. We're going to just set this aside for use later on. I'm going to squish this back together, so don't freak out. That's one of the reasons why I'm really loving this paint to do rainbow cakes with, is because that is really nice that you can just kind of squish it and mold it however you need to. I'm going to clean out whatever leftover paint there is and set it aside. Okay, now I need to put my pink piece in. So here's my pink. Go ahead and make sure that this is cut correctly. Okay, and we're going to do the same process. Pull it up gently. Very easy. Now, as I'm looking at this, I don't think I cut my pieces big enough, so I'm going to take some more pink. Okay, and I'll show you how to add it. It's really easy with this stuff. If this was Wolf Brothers, I would seriously be crying right now because it would just be a crumpled up mess. Okay, so just pull that up, put this in, make sure you follow the curve of the paint with the curve of the container. And then push it right up against there. Okay, so we made a nice piece that's bigger. Right up. Put that one right next to the pink. Not quite enough. All right, so it's done. Obviously, I have not perfected a way to do this seamlessly. As you can tell, I had to really work with it and figure out the right sizes. There's probably a way to do that the first time without having to Frankenstein this, but hey, I'm keeping it real. There's my butterfly rainbow cake.